All right, welcome everyone. Today we're diving into something truly special, the Ramcharitmanas. Now this isn't just any old story. It's a massive 16th century epic poem by a poet named Tulsidas. And believe me, it's so much more than a story. It's really a journey, a deep dive into faith, morality, and what it means to be devoted. And you know, the best place to start is with the author's own words. Tulsidas is about to write this epic that will influence millions for centuries. And how does he start? With just incredible humility. He basically says, my mind, my intellect, it's just not good enough for the story I'm about to tell. And that really sets the stage for the entire thing, doesn't it? It tells us right away, this isn't about the poet's genius. It's all about the glory of his subject, Rama.
So let's start there. Who was this guy, Tulsidas? What was going through the mind of someone who felt this pull to write something so massive, but at the same time felt so completely humbled by it?
Well, he was a poet saint from the 16th century. But get this, he didn't see himself as some great artist or storyteller. Not at all. In his own mind, he was just a simple devotee, someone who was super aware of his own human flaws. His whole goal wasn't to write some literary masterpiece. He just wanted to sing the praises of Rama. The poetry? That was just the tool he used to express his devotion.
He even goes so far as to say that if he were to write about his own flaws and vices, that story would be huge. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he completely shifts the focus to Rama. And that contrast is just so powerful, isn't it? You have this man who calls himself flawed, creating one of the most spiritually beautiful works ever. And that humility, that sense of putting something bigger than himself first, leads us right into one of the epic's most central ideas. It's a concept that's so simple, yet it's seen as infinitely powerful. And it all comes down to the simple act of repeating Rama's name. The entire epic is really built on this idea of Bhakti. You might have heard that word. It's a Sanskrit term, and it basically means a path of pure love and devotional worship. So we're not talking about complicated rituals or heady philosophy here. Bhakti is all about an emotional, from-the-heart connection to the divine. And in this story, that's a connection to Rama. Now, the text frames this path of Bhakti as being especially important for the times we live in, what it calls the Kali Yuga. So in Hindu cosmology, time is divided into these big ages, or yugas. And the Kali Yuga, well, that's the final, most chaotic age, an age of conflict. The Ramcharitmanas basically says, look, in past ages, the path to salvation was tougher. You needed intense meditation or huge sacrifices. But for this age, the path is made simple and accessible for everyone. All you need is the name of Rama. And this quote right here just captures that hope so beautifully. The Nam Myoho Renge isn't just a sound you make. It's described as a wish-yielding tree. I love that. The idea is that the very thought of it has the power to just slice through all the illusions and confusion of the world. It's such a comforting and accessible idea, you know? All right, let's switch gears a little bit. There's another huge theme in this epic, and it's all about the company you keep. And the way the Ramcharitmanas explains this is just wow. It uses these amazing, vivid metaphors to show how the people and things we surround ourselves with can totally change who we become. I mean, check out these examples. The text says to think about something as simple as dust. If dust mixes with water on the ground, what does it become? Mud. Pretty lowly. But if that same dust gets caught up by the wind, it can soar all the way to the sky. Or think about smoke. If it sticks close to the earth, it just turns into soot, right? But if it rises up and joins the clouds, it becomes part of the rain that gives life. In both cases, the substance itself doesn't change. Its destiny is all about what it associates with. And this idea doesn't just apply to dust and smoke. The epic takes it straight into the moral realm, making a powerful point about appearance versus reality. You can have an imposter, someone like the demon king Ravana, who might be respected because of how he looks or the power he projects, but eventually the truth comes out. And then you have someone like the monkey god Hanuman. He might have an unbecoming or unusual appearance, but he's honored for his incredible virtue, his inner goodness. It's a classic don't judge a book by its cover lesson, but on an epic scale. So we've talked about this path of bhakti, of devotion. But here's the thing. It's not some rigid, one-size-fits-all formula. What's so amazing about this epic is that it's just packed with different characters who all show their love and their faith in their own totally unique ways. So that begs the question, right? What does this true devotion actually look like? How does this deep, heartfelt connection play out in the real world of the story? Okay, here's a perfect example. It's so simple and beautiful. Rama needs to get across a river, right? And the ferryman, just a regular guy, he refuses to let Rama on his boat. Why? Because he insists on washing Rama's feet first. It's not some grand heroic act, it's just a moment of pure, loving service. And Rama, being the all-compassionate Lord, just smiles and lets him. It's beautiful.
Then you've got Bharata, Rama's brother. His devotion is all about this unbreakable love and loyalty. While his brother Rama is forced into exile, Bharata's dedication is so intense, so pure, that a divine voice literally speaks from a river to praise him, saying, "No one is dearer to Rama than he is." It's this incredible picture of family love as the ultimate form of devotion.
But the story doesn't just show us perfect devotion. It also shows us what happens when there's doubt. Take the goddess Sati. She, for a moment, doubts that Rama is really divine, and the regret she feels is just immense. Her story is a really powerful lesson. She says it herself. I imposed my own ignorance on Rama. Her pain shows us how crucial faith is on this path and the kind of inner turmoil that doubt can cause. So, when you look at all these different characters, the humble ferryman, the loyal brother, even the goddess who learned the hard way through doubt, you start to see that devotion isn't just one single action. It's a whole way of being. So what's the big takeaway? What's the core message of this epic that has stuck around and meant so much to people for hundreds of years?
When you boil it all down, the Ramcharitmanas is so much more than just an ancient poem. For millions of people, it's a living guide. It's like a moral and spiritual compass that helps them navigate the complexities of life with virtue, with faith, and with a sense of what's right.
And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. This epic talks about devotion as a clear, guiding compass. So, in our world today, which is just full of noise and a million distractions pulling us in every direction, what do we use? What serves as our compass?